good evening and welcome everyone to GG Delhi NCR. We are here yet again to bring you some interesting session. Hope you've been enjoying our sessions that we've been doing. As you just saw, recently enough, we've celebrated our fourth birthday. So we are 4 years old. We've done, as we counted the other day, more than 160 sessions. And in all these 4 years, we have grown with the support of you because you all joined in, and we hope that you will invite your friends again to join in today as well. So if you know someone who is interested in learning again something interesting, as you might have seen the title of the session, we are going to be looking at the power of EdPuzzle. So if you or your friends are interested in using videos in your classroom but not too sure if you share videos with your students, do they watch or not, then this is the session for you. So go, please share the link ahead in your own communities, invite them to join in live, because it's always more interesting when you are in a live session. Sitting and of course watching recording is a second possibility, and our sessions will stay there on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed so far, do that. Getting started, I am Sangeeta Gulati. I'm leader of GG Delhi NCR, and with me I have two of my team members here, Vibha and Sanchita. So before we invite our guests and the special speaker of the day, let's just have it from you, Sanchita and Vibha.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Sangeeta ma'am. Hi Vibha. Missing Rupali right now. She's busy today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Sangeeta ma'am said it's always better to join live because there can be conversation, and you can kind of ask a quick query, or you can actually share your own ideas in the live chat as it's going on, and it's kind of a back and forth. Always a great idea to come back and rewatch if you missed. A tip or some one connector somewhere, so it's always good to revisit, but I always believe that it's always best to join in live because that's where the real fun actually happens. If you're new to our channel, this is Google Educators Group Delhi NCR's channel. Google Educators groups are spread across the world, like-minded educators joining in. It is not just about edtech; it's also about pedagogical, discussions. Perhaps also a place where you can share your ideas, vent. Sometimes that's also important, and most importantly, this is all done voluntarily by educators across the world. So all of the resources that we bring to you are completely free. So please feel free to use them. You share them with your colleagues, with your friends, and anyone else who you think might gain something out of these sessions. So Viva, over to you.
Yes, absolutely. So Sanchita ma'am has pointed out some very, very important things. So again, if you're new, that's how we operate. It's a completely free of cost thing. And yes, today's session is about EdPuzzle, as you must have seen already from the title. And as ma'am said, if you're interested in using videos in your classroom and you're not very sure how to, this is the place. I mean, this is something we talk to a lot of teachers, and this is something we see quite a lot of times, that oh, this video on YouTube is amazing. It's just, I mean, if my kids just watch it for like 5 minutes, now they can understand half of the topic that I'm about to do. But how do I make them watch? How do I ensure that they're watching? So yes, really looking forward to today's session, and I can see our viewers coming in. And hello Monica ji, all the ones who have joined us live, we would love to hear from you. Where are you from? What do you teach? Have you used EdPuzzle, and how have you used EdPuzzle? We'd love to hear from you. And as we get started with our guest, we will request you to keep your queries and your ideas coming, wherever you feel like you can contribute, as a question, as a feedback, whatever it is, where we'll be more than happy to hear from you. So Sangeeta ma'am, over to you. I think we can get started.
Yes, absolutely. It's time to bring our special guest to the stage. And definitely, again, as I said, we've been around for 4 years. And in these 4 years, we've had connections made with educators across world who have either, appreciated the work that we have done, or they have come to our forum and presented with us, shared their knowledge with us. And then there are some who have been constantly encouraging us through Twitter, or even while our sessions were live and they're joining us on the YouTube chat and giving us some encouragement. And one of them is Mel. We have had connection with her through Twitter. So welcome, Mel. We know you as @Fangoli only most of the times. We have related to you through your Twitter handle, but we do know that you are a wonderful educator working as an international teacher. And of course, you are also a math teacher. So that connect has always been there, and it's always fun to see your posts on social media, how wonderfully you are making use of the various new features and as well as technology that has been around. So, welcome to GG Delhi NCR, Melissa, and we definitely would love to hear from you. Who are you and where are you currently? What are you up to and how are you doing?
Well, thank you very much for that warm welcome. I do appreciate that. I hope that my internet is working okay. It just went really laggy for a moment, so just bear with me. But yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm hoping that there's plenty of people in the chat, so this can be very, very interactive. So yeah, my slides will pop up in a moment, hopefully, so you can see what's going on. We'll see, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll just put them up, and of course, we'll be at the background, but just for the information of our co-educators who are joining in, where are you working right now, Melissa? Or Mel, if I may just call you
Yeah,
that.
that's okay. Yeah, so I'm currently located in Malawi. So I'm at an international school over here at the moment. So I've been here since last August. Yeah.
Wow, great. So I'm going to bring your slides up and give the stage to you. We will be in the background and we'll be, following you through. So I have your slides up. Is that showing? Not showing?
It looks fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to remove myself. We will just confirm if you're able to see the slides because I'm not able
I
to.
am not. Sanchita
Yeah,
ma'am, can you see? I am not able to see the
I will
screen
just try again.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. We tested it earlier, it was showing, but now suddenly it's not. So, could you just try that out again and see? Can you ever try from your end?
I will. Give me a second.
Because I couldn't see them coming up.
Just the green background is
Background.
showing. Mel,
Yeah.
can we just try resharing once? Just
Sure.
stop
I can
presenting
stop it
and
and I'll try again. Sure. Let's have a look. Okay.
okay, give me 1 second. I'll start. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Now it's good.
It's working?
Great. So, you are all set. Take it away, and we are in the background.
Yay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay. So welcome everyone. So it's going to be a very interesting because I don't know whether you guys have any experience with EdPuzzle or not. And I know that the amazing GG group representatives just introduced themselves and also asked if you could share in the chat like where you're joining from. And I do see there's a few people from around the world here. So thank you so much for joining. So it's going to be a very interactive session. So I'll let you know a bit about what we're doing in a moment. So for me, they just basically introduced me. So I've been teaching in Malawi most recently, and before that in Colombia and Taiwan, and I'm originally from Australia. So I am like an EdPuzzle ambassador and an EdPuzzle trainer, and yes, I do use it with my students. So today I'm going to show you how I use it with my classes and maybe do a bit of a demo to see see how much you guys can create as well. I know it's a bit hard to be interactive through the screen, but we can give it a go. And if you've got any questions at all throughout this presentation, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll try our best to answer them. And I'm not sure if I'm going to show you any new ways at all, but I just show you what I'm doing at the moment. So what is going on today? So just to let you know, we're going to do an EdPuzzle live together. Yes, you're going to be my amazing students. And you'll be immersed in EdPuzzle. So whether you've used it or not before, don't worry. It's going to be easy, okay, just to throw you in there and to see how you go, okay? And then like, why do I use EdPuzzle and my particular experience, and how do you create a video and projects? So we'll see, I mean, we have 50 minutes. We'll see how much we can get through, and, you know, I'll pause to see like how you guys are actually going and how you're feeling about everything. So I don't want to go too fast, obviously. But of course, remember, as the GG leaders reminded you, that you can always come back and watch the replay. If you're like, oh no, I didn't miss that or whatever, don't worry, okay, you can always go back. So what we're doing right now is I'm going to do a live EdPuzzle with you. So hopefully you can see this amazing screen right now, and you can join right now, and hopefully you can you can join the class. So basically, yeah, I'm going to wait for you guys to join. You can literally just get that link, and then maybe these guys can share it in the chat. I'm not sure, for you guys to just be able to click on. But yeah, I'll just give you a moment. So, because I want you to experience, right, as a student, what it looks like for EdPuzzle, and thinking of as a teacher, like, why would this be useful or not useful? Yeah, thank you for sharing in the chat there. I'm also going to show how it would look on my end in a moment. I know you've dropped it in the chat, so it's probably okay if I share other screens as well. We'll see what happens. So you don't have to have an EdPuzzle account to join this at all. You just need to enter your nickname. Oh, look, someone has joined already. SG, amazing, fantastic. Yeah, so I will give you some time, but yes, I sometimes use a live mode just to get students actually into EdPuzzle, to give them an idea of like how it works, because, you know, you don't want to assign an EdPuzzle and the students like, what is this? I've never seen this in my life. How am I supposed to do this? So love doing this at the start of the year, just giving like a pretty easy video that's not really related to what we're doing, just to give them an idea of like how it works. So give you some time. I've got 3 of the amazing GG leaders that have joined, but anyone in the chat, I mean, if you can also join, that would be fantastic. And I'll give you a moment. Hopefully you can come in. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Yay. Okay, I'll give another 30 seconds or so, and then we will sign in. Well, not sign in, but yeah, just join the class. I can also show you like from my end as a student what that would look like. So yeah, let me show you. Yes, my face is extremely big right now, but that's okay. Here. Okay. Yes, thank you. So if you have clicked on that link, it will look something like this, right? And you're like, oh, you found an open class, you know, you can join, and you just put in your nickname, whatever that might be. I'm amazing, for example, and say join open class. Okay, and then you'll have this screen showing saying just waiting on your teacher to go live. So that is what it's going to look like. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be annoying for the people that are doing this, because I'm going to just share the other screen now so you know what's going on. Okay, let's go back over here. And let's see who's in now. Ooh, we have so many attendees now. Fantastic. Thank you so much for like taking the risk to actually join and be participating. Okay, so I am now going to actually start this, and let's see how we go. Let's hope you can hear the things. I know sometimes you have to share a tab to hear the audio, so this will be interesting. The guys that are running this, I mean, if you cannot hear anything, you just let me know. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to close this one. Okay, here we go. Let's start. I'll check in the chat. Okay, everyone can see my screen, hopefully. Okay, so as my student, you're going to have to look at what I'm presenting, okay, and to be able to listen to what is going on to answer the questions. So here we go. Okay, so let me know if you can hear this note or not as I play it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm able to hear the audio.
Okay, this
Or
means I need
is
to share
it
a tab
loading?
probably. Okay, sad times. I'll go and share a tab then instead. The life of sharing. Here we go. All right, let me try again. Can you hear this?
This video is about a
Yes,
pigeon's.
yes, all good now.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, so here we go.
About a bath. Take notes on important adjectives you see.
So very often at the start of an EdPuzzle, I'll put some instructions for the students so they know what it is they need to pay attention to and what they need to do, what materials they need to have. And you don't have to have your voice in there, but I love putting audio notes in there so students can hear me talking. And I like putting like little icons and stuff in there to make it like visual as well. So you don't need to do anything at this point. It's just like it's just informing you of like what's going to happen. Okay. So let's continue.
The pigeon needs a bath.
I do not. By Mo Willems.
Okay, so this is your first question.
What do you think the pigeon is doing in this image? You can use the audio option if you prefer.
So I can zoom into this a bit for you so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so your task now as a student is to describe what do you think the pigeon is doing, right? So what do you think the pigeon is doing in this particular image? There is an audio record option if you prefer to record your voice, or you can just describe. It is up to you. So Chandanja is saying that he's just waiting for your classmates to respond. It means that you are super active and you have already answered the question, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay. And I can see down here how many people have responded. So I've got 2 out of 8 that have answered. So I might give another 30 seconds to get more people answering the question and submitting their response. I love that some of you are responding though. It is fantastic. Thank you very much. And I've got 3 out of 8. So in a class, because if I'd be doing this live with my students, right, they will be in front of me. So I'd be able to like guide them along the way to see, okay, remember you have to press submit for your answer. Okay, remember you can press record here, but remember you have to save it and then press, so it's just like that learning experience at the start to make sure everyone knows what they're doing, because it's their first time using EdPuzzle. They're not sure what to do. So I would always this is like a tester sort of thing to say, okay, do you know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing? Okay, so I just, for the sake of this session, okay, I am just going to say continue. So I could just wait and go around to all my students and see if they're okay. But obviously right now with my participants who are on the YouTube in the chat, I can't really be like, hey, can you tell me how you're going? Because I'm not there in front of you. Okay, so it's a bit harder. But anyway, we're just going to continue so you know what it looks like. So I can decide if I want to show the responses, and I'm hoping that you're all, trustworthy adults, and I can show the responses here. So pigeon is playing in the sand, dancing, resting in the nest, pretending that it's taking a bath. I like that one. Very nice. So you'll notice here it's anonymous because this is an open class. There's no students like attached to it. And even if it is connected to a class, it won't show students' names here. Okay, but you can decide as a teacher, think about the age group that you have and the sort of responses that they might have, and you'll think about whether you want to reveal them or not. Okay, so we're going to continue with this video.
Hi. I don't know if you've noticed, but the pigeon is filthy. So I could use your help because...
Matter of opinion.
Okay, so we've got a multiple choice question for you. So why does the pigeon need a bath? So either the pigeon has an opinion, the pigeon loves chocolate, or the pigeon is filthy. So you just need to select one of these options. So either one of these options, and then say okay or submit or something like that. I'm not going to show the student's screen again because it's me sharing too many screens. So hopefully this works. And I can see 3 out of 8 have answered, 4 out of 8 have answered. So maybe we just have 4 out of the 8 responding here. That is quite possible. So again, this is a great check-in with your students, just saying, okay, this is a multiple choice question now. You're not typing an answer, you're just checking one of the boxes. Let's see how you go. So I can say continue here. And you see it'll tell you what the correct answer is. And you can put feedback in the question. So when students get them right or wrong, they can see why they might need to think about. So for example, it says the pigeon loves chocolate, and I've put as feedback. That might be true, but that's not the reason why it is filthy at this stage. Okay, so I can show responses, and well done, everyone. It was 100%. You all got this correct. Okay, I'll just check the chat. Okay, no one's responding there, so we're all interacting with this, I guess. Fantastic. I'm going to continue.
What a kidder. I don't really need a bath.
Okay, so here's the next question. What would you tell the pigeon if it told you that it doesn't really need a bath? Okay, so again, in the response you'll see there's an audio option to record if you want to record your voice, okay? So the pigeon's saying, I don't really need a bath, okay? So what would you tell the pigeon, okay? What sort of advice would you give the pigeon? So again, this is reinforcing what an open-ended question looks like for the students, not necessarily a multiple choice. It's just exposing them to the different types of questions and how, so some students, they will prefer just to read it themselves, right? Whereas some, they like to hear the question. So that's why I put a little audio note in there for them so they can just listen as well. So I have a lot of students that really do prefer just hearing it rather than reading. So it's good to have those options. So I see that none of you have responded yet. Are you doing very, very detailed answers about what you're going to tell this pigeon? Oh, look, I have people in the chat saying, oh, Shayla is here, and high school history. I'm not sure who high school history is, but that's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to give another 30 seconds or so. Because again, remember, this whole purpose of this is to immerse you in the experience of how does it feel using EdPuzzle as a student? And of course, you can see from me what it looks like on the teacher end right now, what I can see, who I see. Oh, Sanchita. Okay, sorry. Nice to see you there. Yeah. Okay. All right, you responded. It says 3 out of 8 have responded. I use the audio option. So it's so nice that you're sharing this as well. So it's cool. So sometimes when people have shared an audio option, it really depends on the group as to whether I would play those out loud. Really depends. So maybe in this case, I can play it because we are mature adults and we'll be okay. But sometimes I might be I'm not sure. Okay, I know only 3 out of 8 of you have answered, but that's okay. I'm just going to press continue. Okay, and I can show the responses. It's unhealthy to be so dirty. Let's take a bath. Okay, let's have a listen. If anything's inappropriate, I will stop it. But
Well, if you don't take a bath right now, your friends are not going to recognize you because your gray feathers look brown at this point. Wouldn't you want to play with your friends?
that's awesome.
Hey, I think you really need a bath because look at your fur and feather. It's not looking very shiny and bright. So if you take a bath, then it will really make you look beautiful and bright.
See, this is awesome. So you can think about how you might think of how you might use student audio responses or what type of questions you think you might ask. I mean, if you are doing vocabulary, for example, or you're teaching foreign languages, I really like that, that you can say, okay, how would you say this word in Spanish, for example? You can hear how they pronounce it, right? Just see how they're going. Yeah, but anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing and being brave. We're doing this live right now. Okay, let's continue.
I took one last month. I think it was last month.
So what adjectives would you use to describe the pigeon? Because remember, the whole point of this was apparently, or you're supposed to look at adjectives, right? What adjectives would you use to describe the pigeon? So sometimes you're like, okay, so you've just asked this question verbally anyway. So what is the point of having an audio there? So remember, when students are looking at this in their own time, so not as a live EdPuzzle, I'm not there to ask the question to them like face to face, right? So if they want to hear my voice, they prefer to hear it read, they can just play that to be able to hear. Okay, it's just something to think about. Obviously, you don't have to do it, but I want to show you the options, what it's like. But yeah, I really love that you guys are participating. This is the best. I love it's like when you have students, right, in the classroom and they're all, doing all the things. You can see that they're active. It's fantastic. Okay, so this one I'm guessing maybe I didn't put an audio option. We'll see. Okay, maybe I'll wait until there's maybe 3 that have answered. But yeah, again, remember, this is a live YouTube right now that you guys are watching. So it's a very different scenario for you being in the classroom with the students, right? So that's what I wouldn't usually skip over questions quickly, but it's just for the sake of what we're doing, right? So I'm going to continue. I'm sorry if you are typing a very long, amazing answer for adjectives that you would use to describe this kitchen, but I am just going to move on. Okay, so let's have a look at some. So opinionated and unhygienic. I do like that. Very nice. And so, because we're doing this live and with your students, if you're seeing these responses, it gives you a really good idea as to whether they are using a good range of vocabulary, if you can, pinpoint on certain things that they're sharing and ask them to explain more. There's a lots of opportunities that you can use with this live sort of version, right? Okay, there was an audio version. Okay, see, I like to give the options, right, for everyone all the time, apparently. I just forget that I've done them.
10 hours later.
Can I stay in the tub forever?
Okay, so quick question. What color is the tub? What color is the tub?
Blue, yellow, green.
So I haven't shown this option yet, but originally, like EdPuzzle, you could just use an audio option for a question, but you can also use it for the answer options. So they can hear like the answer options being read to them as well. So it doesn't just have to be a word. You can also add your own voice in there. So I'm not sure if you're aware of that. I mean, it's maybe within the last year that they added that, but I thought that I'd showcase that there just for your information. Oh yeah, young learners using the audio feature. Fantastic. I've actually got like grade 12s from last year that preferred hearing. So it really depends on like what their learning preferences are, I guess. It seems like whether it's young learners or 18-year-olds, it seems like some people prefer one over the other. Or they like having both as their options, right? Okay, so let me continue. Okay, and you can see here again, when you're setting up questions, you can put feedback in there. So when students see it, they like blue, oh no, that was the color of the water, oops. And yellow, oh, that was the color of the duckling. And well done for the green, So I could show the responses and, so this, for example, this person that has chosen blue, they could go back over here and say, oh no, that was the color of the water and not of the tub. And this is also, if it's like one of the first lessons with your students and you're doing an activity like this, you can also see if some kids are also colorblind. So blue and green are very easy to be confused. And like I realized that with one of my early activities that I did with students this year, that one of my students were colorblind, with blue, green. So I have to be very careful with like, if I'm using different colors, I can't use blue and green as like different colors. I have to use blue, green as one option and then yellow as another option, like red as another option, so it's, anyway, just sharing those. You just never know. Okay, thank you for sharing. Let's continue. Okay, so how would you, I should play the thing. So how would you describe the sound of the water? You can make sounds if you like. You can use the audio option. So this is another way that you maybe can think of the audio option. If they have to like make sound effects or really instead of just describing in words, they're making like sounds or something, then this is also another option. Because if they're doing the text, I mean, you could like say, wishy, 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 something like that. But then that's very hard to write, right, with letters. So it's cool if they have the audio option to be able to say things themselves. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a moment for some people to answer, I guess. There are 2 questions in this thing. I think the other one might be a note. We'll see. But yeah, I do appreciate all of you sharing and participating during this live, because that's what makes it interesting, okay? It's more fun for everyone, hopefully. I mean, that is the whole idea, so that you guys can enjoy yourself and also learn at the same time. Let's see. I've got 1 out of 8. Maybe some of you are doing very detailed sounds and things like that. But yeah, hopefully this is giving you a good idea, okay, how you can use EdPuzzle. That's the whole idea of this. I'm showing you, but then you might be like, oh yes, I could use it for these group of students or whatever. I think it doesn't matter what age they are as well. Okay, I know maybe there's a third person that wants to respond, but we are going to the next question. Again, I'm sorry if you're like, oh my God, this is too fast. I wanted to, just remember, it's just giving you the experience, showing you what it's like, okay, So you notice there's another question that says, make sure you bathe regularly. It's like a note, okay? More than this, Pigeon does. So usually at the end of a video, I would give maybe an open-ended question for students to reflect on what they've done and how much they've understood from the video. Of course, again, this is a live trial for all of you just to get an idea. So I didn't put like reflection questions in here. I just put a little note there at the end. But I love getting the feedback from the students as to how they've found it, if there's like certain areas that they need to go over, or they're ready, to move on. It gives you like good ideas for the next class. Okay, so I can show responses, splash like the deck is flapping his wobbly toes in water. I love it. Okay, and let's hear this. That was amazing. Very creative. I love it. Okay, so well done on sharing all of that. And okay, so that is the end of your live experience. So let me end the live mode, maybe one day when so I can exit live mode here, exit live mode. And then on your screens as a student, it'll say that it's done. So I can see in here like who has responded and whatnot and how people have gone. And then, yeah, I can give feedback and whatnot. And look, I can see 11 new answers, so I can go and grade this myself in my own time. But we will go over that later. I just wanted to give you the experience of the live mode. Are there any questions at the moment? No, just comments. Okay, so let me go back to here. So hopefully that gave you a pretty good live experience of what EdPuzzle is like as a student. Okay, so I mean, from that, hopefully you realize that, it's basically you got a video and you're putting your own questions in there and you can track students' progress, okay? So like what the GEG leaders were talking about at the start of this presentation, like it's quite often that you might find like an amazing video and you give it to kids, but they're like, well, I don't even know if they even watched it or not. So it sort of gives like accountability, right? So students can see, and then you can see like if they're answering questions, being involved in the video as they go around. Yeah. And why would we use it? Basically what I just said. I mean, it's increasing student engagement. They're not just like looking at a thing, just like, okay, this is cool. And then you're doing like 500 other things at the same time. So at least they're focused because they know, okay, there's a question coming up. I need to pay attention. And if they weren't paying attention, there's always an option to rewatch. So no, I didn't showcase that during the live, but you might have noticed, I mean, when you go back and look at the replay, when you go and look at a video and you've answered a question or at the question point, there is an option for you to click rewatch. So you can go back to a part. You don't have to have remembered it immediately. So it gives that choice for students to keep repeating if they need to. Yeah, so hopefully this is helping. Okay, another big thing is accessibility. So you would have noticed like what I was just showcasing there with the audio, right? So you can record questions, the answer choices, the notes, the feedback, and students can also either respond as text and audio. I literally just, I mean, you were immersed in that just then. You can also use closed captions. So I did turn those on sort of halfway through. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but basically when I assign videos to students, you can, open up the option for them to use closed captions. And students can also do multiple attempts. So you can choose as a teacher. So later on when I show you how to assign things, you can choose whether you only do it once or 2 or 3 times or have unlimited amount of attempts to be able to redo this video. The playback speed is new. So before, I think you could speed it up or slow it down, one of the others, but not the other. So right now you can actually go down to 0.5 speed. You can also go like double speed. So you can enable that for the students. So the students, when they go and watch a video, they can go like ×2 or ×0.5, for example, ×0.25. I can show that later, as their options when they're watching. So some students, they do need to hear it a bit slower. Some of them, they just want to go through it. They listen. It's like when you're playing like a voice note from someone. So like your WhatsApp or something, and someone sends you a voice note, and you can decide whether to use it like 1 speed or like double the speed, right? So it's just another option for students, right? And I do love that all of you, you know, you are also participating and saying, yes, it's not extra pressure, right, on you. So students can just go and rewatch. It's amazing. Okay, so during this session, I'm supposed to share with you my experience with EdPuzzle and how I use it, right? So since this is a GG session, I thought, okay, it's Google, right? And so my schools, like we use Google. So there's the Google and Classroom integration. So I basically link all my classes from Google Classroom. So you know, they get the links on Classroom and it tracks their progress on Classroom as well. And I mainly use it for flipped learning, whether it's an in-class flip or at-home flip, and also for playlists. So I can quickly show you what that looks like. So just in case you've never used EdPuzzle before, when you go to create a class, you have an option to connect your LMS. So whatever LMS you are in, you can go and link it directly. You can see here there's so many options. I'm not sure which ones you guys have. I mean, you can share in the chat to let me know if your school's like a Google school, or if you're using Microsoft Teams, or you're using Clever, or Moodle, or whatever. But you can see here that you can directly link it. So it's not like you have to manually post links and share things to other places. Everything directly goes there, which is amazing. It's really useful for the kids as well, so they don't have to go and log into another thing and whatever. They can just access it from your LMS. So yeah, you can. I'm just showing the Google Classroom since it's a GUG session. So when you go Google Classroom, you can just check whatever class it is that you want to add, and say what grade level it is, what subject it is, and just import your class. That is it. Okay, that's done. You do not need to share anything with the students. They will automatically add them. As long as they're in your Google Classroom already, that's done. When you assign an assignment, they'll see it there. It's just super convenient. So I'm seeing schools in India usually use either Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams. So you can see there, it doesn't matter either one that you use, it'll be directly synced, which is awesome. So if you assign a particular task, it'll pop up on Classroom like this. I'm not sure what it looks like on Teams exactly, but I'm sure you've got some sort of assignments tab. So look, it says like one variable stats on the GDC, and I've got like instructions there for what they need to do. And it says when it's due and how many have handed in, how many have like marked it. So some of them might have done it again, right? So I've done the grading and stuff on EdPuzzle, and then some of them have gone and done it again. So then I was like, okay, I need to go back and have a look at that. So see, there's like a lot of details already posted there for them, which is nice. And of course, you're probably like, okay, so what happens with all this information? How can I see like how much students have done, what they're doing or whatever? So this is just a screenshot from my class, of course, without names. Okay, so my grade 8s, so just to give you a bit of background, I teach mathematics for grades 7 to 12. So my 8s, I regularly do like a flipped style class with them every Monday. I assign them to do an EdPuzzle, and it's due on the Wednesday. So I don't have class with them on Tuesday. So Wednesday is like I can see, okay, so what am I going to start with them based on this previous video? So you can see in the analytics how much of the video students have watched and what score they've gotten and whether it was late or on time. So you can see for this student who's got all these little like red clocks there, it means that they submitted this late every time. Whereas you see this green person down here, they've done all the videos always on time, okay? And you can see here how much time they've actually spent doing these videos as well in total. And yeah, hopefully that gives you an overview. Okay, for that, yeah, I'm just reading your comments there. And if you assign a playlist, so my grade 11s, I occasionally flip the classroom with them, not all the time. It's not a regular thing, but they know how to use EdPuzzle. So most recently, I created a playlist that was based on like their calculator skills. So we're doing like statistics, and it's their first time using a graphing calculator. And so there's different, ways to input the statistics to find like mean, median, mode, and to graph and all those sorts of things. So instead of me like manually teaching in class, I set like a playlist of 4 short videos, about 3 minutes long each, for them of like how to use their calculator. So you can see here there's this grayed out sort of section. That means that this is part of one playlist, like one task that I assign them. And I think it's really cool, like the playlist feature, because sometimes you'd be like, okay, I have number, right? This topic of number, and I want to see if they know like the basic skills with fractions and if they know how to add decimals. And instead, so usually in the past, you would have had to have like assigned things separately. Okay, like, okay, here's the decimals one, here's the fractions one. But now you can assign like one playlist, and they don't need to go out of there. They just like click on them. Once they've finished one video, it goes to the next one, which is awesome. And you can pause as you go along, which is awesome too. Okay, and I love that Shayla's also sharing the chat. The playlists are great. They're a pretty new addition to EdPuzzle, so I think it's pretty awesome. So this is what playlists look like. I mean, when you go to your content, you can click on Create Playlist, and you can add whatever videos you have to a particular playlist. Let's see if there's any questions at the moment. Not really. Okay. So I wanted to go over how to make a video lesson just briefly to show you like my strategies of what I use and how we do it, that sort of thing, okay? I'm going to share this deck of slides with you at the end of the presentation, which has like, here, I'll show you. There's like 20 slides on all the different things about creating and assigning and doing all the analysis of an EdPuzzle video, okay? So yeah, I would just do a brief demo because I can see that we have about 10-15 minutes left or so. So I just do a quick video. But yeah, if you've got any questions at all about what I'm doing, just let me know, okay? Because it's a brief session. We're not deep diving into anything, okay? I'm just giving you an overview of how this would work, okay? So I'm going to share my EdPuzzle tab. Okay, so when I get into EdPuzzle, this is from my personal account or my work account, this is what's going to pop up. Stuff to do with maths, because I've said that I'm a math teacher, so this is what's going to come up. And you can search for whatever you want. So I could say, maybe I want to look at art, and let's say 4th grade art, for example. And let's see if they have anything up on here. Looks like they're doing stuff with Spanish right now. That's very interesting. But yeah, basically you can search from there, or you can insert something from YouTube up here. So I can say, let's say, different drawing styles. I don't know what will come up there. Okay, so we've got like different styles of drawing, right? And so some people have created, so look, there's a video from me actually about drawing rotations. That's hilarious. Okay, I did not plan that, by the way. I wasn't showing off my old things. Okay, so someone's asking, is it paid or free for educators? So you can see right here, right, that this is my personal. So it is free up until 20 videos. Okay, so you can have like a bank of 20 videos, and after that, if you want more videos, you have to pay. Okay, there is another option. If you refer teachers, so if I'm like, okay, this person in my school, they don't use EdPuzzle, but I want to get them to learn how to use it, you refer them inside here. And then you get 3 more videos space, okay? So I don't know if that makes sense or not. Hopefully that answers your question. So like my school account, I pay because I have like 100 something videos. I mean, the other thing is to get your school to pay as well, so that everyone has unlimited videos to create, right? But yeah, if you're on the free version and you're not referring anyone for some reason, then you have a limit of 20 videos. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense for you. Yeah. Okay, so you can see you can, select whatever it is that you want. I know that someone in what subjects are you guys teaching again? let me see, I can search for something here and we can do a very quick video. I don't know if anyone wants to share in the chat. Or I can just do something random. Okay, I can do something random then. Because I'm at maths, I can say like adding fractions with different denominators. Again, if you have a YouTube video you already like, you can just go and copy paste that YouTube right into there. Okay, it's super easy. No probs. Okay, so let's just say I like this one, adding fractions with different denominators. Let's open it up. So you can already see there is an educator that's already embedded some questions into here. You can see they've done some multiple choice, and you can immediately assign it if you are happy with that. Okay, so some of you are saying science grade 10, sorry. But anyway, this is going to give you an idea. You can search for whatever you want up here, okay? And let's just say, okay, I can go with this and I can assign it immediately, like not do any other extra work. But for me, I'm like, no. Okay, I want to make this my own, so I'm going to say edit. So the first thing that will pop up is that you can cut the video, which is fantastic. So sometimes you see a video that's like 20 minutes long, but you only want like 3 minutes of it. So you can easily just chop whatever it is that you want.
We keep the denominator.
So you can like drag, or you can be like, okay, at this point here, I want to add a cut here and then trim some of these sections. Like, it's super powerful. So you don't have to use an original video. Okay, you don't have to just treat it as it is, as the 4 minutes long. You can just chop it. Okay, it's super powerful. If it's not a YouTube video, you can put a voiceover, and then you have all the questions, right? If it is a brand new video, there is an option to use Teacher Assist. So someone that hasn't done anything with a video before, so it's like a brand new video, you can use Teacher Assist to generate questions. Like, a lot of the time when we have a video, right, and we're like, what questions should I ask the students? The Teacher Assist, which is in beta right now, but it's an AI feature, you can just generate questions for the video. So the AI Teacher Assist will analyze the content of the video and then generate some questions for you, which is super powerful. I don't know if you guys have used that before or not, but it is an option. Okay, so I would decide like whether I want to use a multiple choice. So multiple choice questions, like all the formatting is the same for each. So whether you want to do all these formats, you also have an option to insert equations if you're doing maths. Okay, there's like a bunch of those symbols and stuff that you can add in there. Okay, and you'll notice for each of these, like the questions and the answers, you have the little microphone option as a thing to be able to record, right? You can record your voice to let them listen to what you're saying. Same for the answers. And then you have this feedback thing that I was talking about earlier. So if you want students to see like why they've gotten something wrong, or, you know, to be like, oh, maybe I need to rethink that thing, you just click on the feedback and you write, oh, you might have forgotten the negative sign or something. You know, you can write anything. You can also in here, instead of just typing, you can record your voice and feedback. You can add a picture. You can put a link to another video to help them with a problem. I mean, it's super, like, everything is in there. Okay, so it's super powerful for you to be able to integrate whatever it is that you want. Okay, hopefully that helps. I don't know if you want me to demo the AI feature or not. Do you guys want me to do that? Because I can just look for a video on YouTube and then show you what it looks like. Doesn't take very long. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Okay, so I just look for fractions for kids on YouTube, and
today we are going to
you see here, because I have the extension, it says edit with EdPuzzle already. But anyway, I'm just going to copy the link of this EdPuzzle, and I'm going to go back to my EdPuzzle tab. Okay, and at the top here, I'm just going to put this video, the link of the video. And you see here, I've got a blank video with nothing in there, and questions. You'll see there's an option to generate questions. So I can go and click on generate questions, and I can decide, do I want open-ended or multiple choice or both? Let's just say I want a mix. Let's go with that. They'll take some time, and they've added 7 different questions. So about maybe the bottom number is what does the top number show, and you can decide whether you want to keep those or you want to discard them. So it's super powerful. So hopefully that helps you okay with that. There's also an option to use AI to grade as well. But anyway, I just wanted to show you when you're creating a video, okay, the different options you have. So you can get a YouTube or just search in the EdPuzzle. You can cut it or split the video, chop out sections that you want or don't want. You can add a voiceover if it's not YouTube. You can add a variety of different types of questions, integrating audio or pictures or links, anything for that. You could also use the Teacher Assist option to generate questions for you. So hopefully that helps with that. Okay, again, this is very brief. I'm not going through a lot of stuff. It's just to show you the different things, to be like things that you could play with for the future. Another thing is to use AI for grading. So when I have this assignment, for example, and I have 11 new answers here, I have this option for auto grade. So I can say that what is my ideal answer for this question? So if it's maths or science, maybe it is a calculation that you wanted them to show or something, and then you can type in there what it is that you wanted. And the AI will go and check the answers and see if they match what you have actually put there or not, which is nice. Instead of like going through each answer and going like tick, tick, cross, how much would this be? And Okay, so I thought that was powerful. But anyway, I've got my friend Lubna here. She's in Amsterdam right now. Thanks so much for joining. So cool. And yeah, she's a Google Innovator, or she's just been announced as a Google Innovator. She's over there for the summit, which is super cool. Okay, anyway. So yes, so in here, I just wanted to show you that it is quite powerful. You do not have to manually do it yourself for some questions that might be easy to auto grade. Okay, all the multiple choice are auto graded anyway, but those open-ended ones, the ones you usually spend a bit more time, right? Going through, reading through, seeing whatnot. But if you do have like some sort of ideal response that might be getting that 100%, for example, then you can put that in there and the AI will help you grade it. So hopefully that helped you with that and it wasn't too much. I know it's a lot of information there for you, but yeah, the big things were, let me just get out of here again. Let me just summarize for you. So big things are, you do not need to start from scratch. You can use a video that's here already. You can filter by subject, grade levels, the type, how long you want it to be. This is a big thing too. If you only want a 5-minute video or less, you can also filter that. You can also look in your network. So the teachers at your school, what they're creating, or people in your region, which is really cool. And then when you create a video, you can make it very, very interactive, right? And you can use the AI to also assist you if needed. So hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea of like how you can possibly use EdPuzzle and how powerful it is and how you can hold students accountable, right? Of like what they've been doing and what they need to work on for the next lessons. Okay, so hopefully, I don't know if there's any questions in the chat. We're just congratulating Lubna basically there. I know Sangeeta's bringing herself up at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yes, in case you do have any question, make use of this wonderful opportunity because we have had a wonderful live demo. As a student, you have experienced the power of and the various features of EdPuzzle, and then you have seen the other side of it as to how, as a teacher, you would be able to get them into the EdPuzzle and create such interactive possibilities. So absolutely amazing session. Thank you so much, Mel, because you've covered both the sides. You've shown us what the students' experience looks like, and also what the teachers' view is. So that is amazing, and thank you to all our audience who joined us today with enthusiasm, because the student aspect of it remains incomplete till you actually have the students deep dive into it. And a shout out to Chandan, who also was brave enough to put his audio notes in and
That was amazing.
experience way. So that was good. That always helps. And of course, to all others who have joined us. And thanks to you, Mel, we've got Lobna here with us in the session. And in case, Lobna, you are still here and listening to this, although you are at the airport, I can see. But we here as a GG Delhi NCR team are great fan of yours, and maybe we would love to have you join us on one of our sessions another time. But we follow you, and we've been celebrating your innovator journey and this the ceremony and the session that you've been experiencing at Amsterdam for the past 3 days. So congratulations to you, Lobna, there, and we look forward to more posts on Insta and other social media where this is how GEG brings us together, Mel. This is how we connect and we appreciate and enjoy each other's success stories. So thank you for making time. I know you are very very busy right now with your commitments at school. So thank you for making time for us and sharing this. I'm going to quickly put out the link since you were very kind enough to share the link of your presentation. So I'm going to just put that out in the chat so that our viewers can get the link for that. And of course, Vibha will also share the link of the feedback form as well as the form which will give you the certificate. So just, I'm sorry, the link is coming pretty long. We'll try to create a short link of that and then put it in the description of the video on YouTube, so that just in case you want to revisit the steps of what Mel had shown, then that would go easy on everyone. Yeah. And Mel, we have combined, like we would like our participants to get a certificate for participation. So we have taken the questions from your form and added to ours, so and we'll share the response sheet with you so that you get to see, what our audience has, suggested and given back the feedback to us. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I've popped like a short link in the chat there for you guys if you want to use that.
I will
for your
just,
slides.
yeah, I'll try to do
Okay,
that.
Thank you so much to you all for like giving me this opportunity as well to share and like inviting me. And yes, I've been like on your lives, like in the chats, like back in the day. And I remember like Viva, like seeing your different shares in like different platforms and things that you were doing, like super active, like during like the COVID times. So it was just really cool to be here with you all. So I do appreciate it. And again, yeah, for those that were participating, I mean, that's what makes the live, go well, right? Everyone in the chat participating and people like getting involved with like the live EdPuzzle and taking a risk and putting themselves out there. I really do appreciate everyone for their participation and encouragement as well. And yeah, of course, if it was more hands-on, sure, but we don't have that much time, right? So but yeah, all the best. And if you need something else, please let me know. You can reach out to me on my various places. You can see in the slides at the end, I have all my contact information there.
Absolutely. We have been learning from your experiences, and I'm sure our community will also enjoy this possibility and they will reach out to you and they will follow you. That's how we grow. That's how we learn and grow together. And that's what GEGs are made of. So, thank you once again to you for joining us today and all our audience. I hope you have got all the links, especially for the feedback the participation certificate for today's session. And Sanchita, would you like to just conclude the session before we say bye to everyone?
Yes, I think, Mel, this was so much fun. I had so much fun in your EdPuzzle classroom, and I wish I could be your student. Add me into your Google Classroom and share assignments with me. So yeah, this was an awesome session. Hands-on is always, as Chandan said, one of the most enriching ways. And EdPuzzle really helps us get the kids really engaged. And the power of EdPuzzle is not only can you get them engaged, synchronously, but you could even have an asynchronous session, especially in a lot of schools like in India, where we perhaps do not permit students to carry their own devices, or the school does not have enough devices to give to every student. Or if there are schools in the remoter areas of the country where internet connectivity could be a challenge. So EdPuzzle allows you to also post the lessons, via your LMSs, so that students can try them out at home. Thank you to you, Mel, and thank you to the team at EdPuzzle for having created such a wonderful tool for us educators. Totally love it.
Great. So, yes, with that, I think we are ready to wrap up today's session and hope to stay connected and have you here again with us soon. So, thank you so much, Mel, for joining us today. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.